Morning. Welcome to Community Voice. I'm your host, Keith Parris. I want to thank everybody for joining us this morning. Good morning, Clark Kent. Who you with? Amen. Get it ready. Get it ready. What up, Mr. Debo? Good morning, sir. Mr. Rideout.
Bishop.
We got five. We got five.
We got five.
We got five. DJ, what's happening?
Good morning.
And our special
Good
guest
morning,
today, Mr. Craig Stingley. What up?
Shalom family.
What's happening, y'all? It's Friday. You know, let me handle this gently. You know, people are saying that, we need a man show. We want the man show to come back. It's kind of like a man show, though, yeah?
Yeah, well, yeah, right now it is.
No.
You know?
No. Me and Keith was here for the essence of the man show.
Oh.
You could find Parks now. All right. Now when the man show was up and running,
There ain't nowhere to park.
I had to catch the bus here. Yeah, I had to. Yeah, we had to get the shuttle. We had to get on the shuttle.
We had to
get on the shuttle, man.
From the auxiliary parking lot. I
Yeah.
know. And the crazy thing was when we was on COVID protocol, he sneaked one more person in, get one more person in. And before you know it, we was back to where we were before. People hanging all in the window. Yeah. People all up in the window.
Yeah, we had to park at Perkins.
Man. So what's happening, y'all? It's Friday. I don't know how to feel about this Friday, man. I mean, it's windy and man.
I mean, at least you get to feel about this Friday.
Oh, how could I not feel?
And
it's some ways that you cannot feel. All right. It's some ways. I don't want to get to. Should I get to describing?
Man. But
Yeah, I sort of feel some kind of way too about it because the 70 degrees we had a couple of days ago, and they're talking about possibly 12 inches coming this weekend.
Oh, come on, though.
No, I thought that was a mistake.
I just heard it.
Well,
again
they
this
don't
morning.
know where it depends on where the front.
Yeah,
goes,
where it hits.
Where it hits, man. So
I don't think we're gonna get that much snow.
I hope not.
Yeah, they saying that it's more up north.
right, they're gonna get a lot of snow. We're gonna get some weather.
We'll get some rain.
Mhm.
Probably some sleet.
I heard somebody say that's the price of living in paradise.
Price of living in paradise.
Yeah. So anyway, man, it's another Friday. Hey, thank the Creator. We made another Friday.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Hallelujah.
Now, is it me or do it seem like that this week went by super fast?
Mm-mm.
No?
Mm-mm.
Huh? Really?
Yeah.
It's that LSD TV you got.
That's what it is. Pushing out the drugs.
That you see it all kind of way.
Orange Crush.
What was that? Was it Purple Sunshine? I was trying to think of the name of this app. I never did hallucinogenic, so I can tell you. And
Man, I thought it was called Orange Crush. Yeah, Bootsy Collins now.
that was Purple Haze, but there was a
toad booty.
there was an acid out there that people were taking. I don't know if it was something Sunshine.
Yeah, there was Orange Sunshine.
Yeah, something like that, man. But
Yeah, I'm a drug to the. I mean, I'm a.
Huh?
I meant to say I'm a virgin to those drugs. I don't even know what they mean.
DJ, you telling on yourself? You telling us something we don't know?
No,
Because you just said that you was a drug and then you caught yourself.
yeah, I misspoke.
Oh, I thought you said you was going.
Oh, man,
Okay.
No.
you a drug.
I don't know. I could be. But I don't know what none of those mean. So he just said toe booty and psychedelics. I don't know what none of that is, man.
Ask Aaron Rodgers, man. He been licking them toads.
He been told, yeah.
For real?
My
Doing
room-
them mushrooms.
My roommate, he did shrooms. He did mushrooms. But that was the arts and crafts, like the artistic people.
Yeah.
Really trying to expand.
Artistic.
Yeah, they and autistic, trying to expand their horizons. But you know what? It gets into another question
Call them adventurous.
about how human beings have always tried to expand consciousness
Mm-hmm.
and how that looks. I mean, if you think about ancient philosophers, that whole thing of expanding the abstract. I was listening to Pastor Lanier talk about his children, and he was talking about I think the son was one who just because he has a son who has some challenges, but then the other son is one who could deal with abstracts, right? That's why I was so attracted to philosophy. I love abstract thinking. Most people are in a concrete world, but I'd like, oh man, here's that possibility.
What if?
Yeah,
What if?
The great what if, that I found that out in logic because I took logic twice. The great what if. And I would suggest to anyone, if you're doing college, take logic. Logic really helps you in your thinking. I know I was at a sectarian school, so it was philosophical logic. I know UWM does a mathematical logic. But yeah, logic is how do we think? Our rational thinking. Here's another word, reason. What is reasonable? We have these conversations with folks, and I think we really give in to our feelings more so than reason.
Yeah.
And I think they see a lot of that. So I'm try to be an abstract
Life's
thinker.
observance logic.
Right. DJ in the production meeting this morning was talking about the war. And I responded to him, and I've said it on the air, that these are not serious thinkers. These are not serious thinkers. Because serious thinkers, there's a place in Carlisle, Pennsylvania called the War College. And at the War College, they go through all these different scenarios of what you can expect when you go to war. When you go in and you have an arrogance where it's just going to be overwhelming force, and then that will then bend the will of the people then you're waging war against, and you don't understand there's all these what we say collateral impact. There's another big word, ancillary impact. They walk through every scenario.
Yeah,
I'm sure they had all that gamed out, but I'm sure the president didn't want to hear it.
Or it could have just been one of those things on his checklist where those people told him, you got to do this by the time your term is over.
Yeah, but not clearly understanding the cost, not just the monetary cost.
But if they tell you to do something, you got to do it.
You do.
So you don't got to understand.
But that's why it's so important that
the people that rule the world.
They didn't even
Definitely.
game that out. I mean, you're talking about the process, the prospects, what could happen.
Yeah.
And if you don't think about that up front,
you always have
putting yourself at a disadvantage right.
You always got to think about what is the long-term consequences of. I think it was something Jermaine said yesterday was really profound. Would said that
Yeah, Debo. 85% body fat.
Something profound.
I said something profound.
Every day.
You should have just kept the higher ground.
No, man. Sometimes I don't know the address to the high. Sometimes I don't know the address to the high ground.
And you just destroyed the whole point I was getting ready to ascribe to you. Sometimes it's just fall back, man. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Just fall back. Stay on your square, man.
Self-control.
Stay posted up, man. Don't let anybody get you off your square.
That's right.
Huh? He was saying how he was talking about the situation with the guy not turning down his music. And he said something about a momentary decision.
Yeah, he made a permanent decision over
long-term
temporary
consequences.
feelings.
Oh, we learned about that from the Boondocks.
Yeah.
A nigga moment.
Yeah. No, seriously.
We had those.
Seriously, because
And they come like just like that.
Yeah, and I almost had one driving though.
You gonna definitely have some driving.
I had to catch myself because I was getting out of traffic because a paramedic was trying to get through. So with traffic going through, and we stopped at the red light. So I get out the line so he can get through, but I pull over in traffic that's oncoming. So they see the paramedic coming. This guy coming full speed see us on this side, but kept driving, and then pulled up on the side of me and rolled his window down and said something. And while he was talking, I had a moment.
Yeah, that's that nigga moment right there.
I caught myself because I had my son in the car.
Right. See?
So I was like, okay, I got to be smarter than that. Even though it was happening in real time, it was happening fast. I had to catch myself because I would have made a permanent decision off of temporary feelings. Because right now, I'm not even upset.
And the moments they don't pick and choose, they just come.
Yeah, they just
and come. It's determinant on you because like they say, it take two to tango.
Yeah.
So it's determinant on you to make the
response.
proper decision, right?
Yeah,
You know,
response.
hey, like I said, the Boondocks taught many lessons, man.
Yeah.
Granddad had to whoop up on Stink Meaner,
Yeah.
but if he would have just ignored that, he old man, he blind, you know, he probably see now. You know, you don't really got to get into it with Stink Meaner, but they geeked him up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He got whooped, he got embarrassed, he ended up killing that man.
Yeah.
And then after he killed him, everybody was like,
You shouldn't have did
yeah, you shouldn't have did. What's wrong with you, man? But it all stemmed back from
Yeah.
The moment.
That moment.
yeah.
That's why you should.
You know, my son
That's
Corey
why you
left
should
me,
listen to Diggers.
this acronym MOHO, MOHO. Moments only happen once.
Oh.
And what do you do with it in that
Mhm.
moment? Right. Something we, you know,
Yeah.
inscribed on his headstone, and one of his buddies from high school got it tattooed. I'm about to get it added to mine. Just that MOHO. You know, just keep it in mind.
But that having that moment just the other day really made me think, because the old me would have responded out of ignorance, because you see I'm trying to get out of the way, you coming not caring about anybody else but yourself, which would have made me have one of those moments that I used to have. But growing in myself, like growing to make myself better, and then realizing if something would have happened that my son would have got shot, or something would have happened because of me having a conversation with this dude.
Absolutely.
Now it's a whole nother situation. So I actually thought about that when I drove off, because I started to say something. Then I drove off, and then I had a moment that I was thinking as I was driving, and that all this stuff crossed my mind.
And see, all your life experiences prepare you for that, you know, because like I said, you know, you only learn from those moments when you in it.
Yeah.
So there's been many times where we failed at those moments. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have all those moments, but and then also you can't necessarily say age is a factor, because you know, in the Boondocks, Granddad and Stink Meaner, they was old man, elderly people, you know, and then they kept showing instances where there was like other younger adults, but they was like in their 20s or 30s or 40s, you know what I mean? So that happens in real life. So it's not necessarily a age thing, it's an experience thing, and being able to reflect.
You know, I would add to it, it's a information transfer opportunity. You said you can only learn from them when you're in them, but you can also transfer those lessons to the younger
Right. Observing too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then there's a powerful word, just one more thing.
The
word consideration. You know, is what you say when you think about the scripture that refers to the prodigal son. When he said, when he came to himself. You know, he considered. And said, let me go back here. And that's the same moment you're talking about, when we consider where we are and what the consequences could be, because every choice has a consequence.
And you just said something. It's the transfer, right? So me having that moment was a teachable moment, for my son, because if he would have saw me act a fool, he'd have been like, man,
he would have thought that was cool.
You know, hey,
and that could be.
I mean, not necessarily cool, but that you know, okay to do.
Right. This is how you respond to them situations.
One of them things that becomes part of your spirit. It's like, okay, I saw this happen, so because it's always a possibility.
We all learn from observation. You know, you know the age old saying, "Do as I say, not as I do." But that's not. We all know that that's not true. And you know, the more that you see things, the more that you will do those things. And then, you know, they say this age old saying as well is, you know, you are what you continuously do. So if you continuously see this, then eventually those are going to become your actions.
So that brother, man, pulling them triggers like that. You know, and I heard y'all talking the other day about how he stopped and said to himself, what did I do? And stay there. Something to that effect. So,
because consequences should be a forethought, not an afterthought.
Not an afterthought.
All right. We got all the deepness out.
Oh,
I don't think so, man.
Because it's still Friday.
This weather is cloudy. It's
gloomy.
Friday. It's for some deep thinking. And then we got Craig in here. You know, it offset Jermaine. And so now we got some.
See, it's two sides of a coin, man. You got heads and tails, man. It's two sides to everything.
Hey,
brother.
did y'all hear though at the Greenfield school board meeting that the Rideout family showed up and said they want their money back. They want their money back.
For all of the years, all of the years that y'all taught them,
they showed up.
No.
That's a great thing.
Hey, we should all want our money back from these school systems. Not right. You know, I want my money back too.
Put this in historical context. Yeah.
And it wasn't. Who was I talking to? I don't know. They were saying that it was the instruction. I said sometimes, though teachers tell you it's always the teacher. Sometimes though it's the students.
Well, I know for me it was the student.
Dude, he telling you need some reparations.
That's what he said without saying it.
I need some reparations too.
Everybody needs some reparations.
Yeah, all of them.
That's right. That's right.
They wasn't teaching us.
I want that. I want
mine.
I want that perspiration.
Yeah.
Come on with the records.
Okay, great segue. Great story. So, I used to work on, where was I then? Was it 15th and National? Yes, it's at 15th and National. I worked for the Department of Health and Human Services, Financial Assistance Division. We were responsible for AFDC, Title 19, food stamps. We didn't have childcare. Childcare was still a county piece, so it's early in my career. And so there was
with the state?
County. So there was a miscalculation of benefits going out. I don't know what it was because they rarely gave COLAs, but it was a miscalculation. And so there were some people who were going to receive monies based on the miscalculation. And so I get a phone call.
These are employees who are going to receive money?
No, recipient. I get a phone call, and the caller was very excited. She said, Mr. Parris. I said, yeah. She said, I just need to know
how much?
When are the radioactive checks coming out?
Radioactive.
She meant retroactive.
I was like, you don't want to touch that check,
right? Oh, you don't want to touch that?
Yeah, she was emphatic. She said, yeah, the radioactive check.
That'll be the last check you touch.
Yeah, that'll be the last check that you touched, man. So, all right, any more deepness we need to get out, man? I mean, let's because then we can go downhill for the rest of the program.
Oh, it's a
I got a one. I just want to throw that.
Okay, deep thoughts.
What you guys were already.
Can't hear you, bro.
Well, I'm making my way.
Okay.
I try to live by this. I don't know what it took for you to get out of bed this morning, what you encountered, what you're dealing with. So I try to treat people like I would want to be treated. And that's as deep as I can get. I mean, you know, when you live and you move like that, I think you'll be fine. Just being respectful of others. And again, you think everybody ain't crazy, but they're going through something.
Sometimes
and you don't know what that is.
I believe everybody crazy. It's levels to it, but everybody crazy. My crazy may be a little higher than yours, and somebody else crazy may be higher than mine. But we all,
I'm not
we
buying
all,
that.
we all crazy.
I'm not buying that. We ain't all crazy.
Okay, it's some
you crazy, Craig.
It's some stuff that you didn't did or you really think, where people would be like, "What?"
Yeah, I think that.
Are you crazy, Craig? Craig didn't answer.
But I think anybody can be pushed to that limit that you'll do something out of the norm.
Like I said, it's levels to it.
Yeah,
but we all got
being
something
pushed,
in.
But I'm just not claiming that I'm crazy. No, I'm not crazy. I'm a very intelligent.
No, you crazy, people.
And I make decisions.
See?
No,
I make decisions. Life is about decisions.
No, Depot, you lying.
And he's seen you more than I seen you.
Yeah,
so
Depot,
I believe
DJ,
Jermaine.
Yeah,
Doc,
what does that
crazy.
mean, DJ? What are you insinuating?
You crazy.
I'm just saying that all of us got some crazy in us.
Keith, Pastor Parris, are you crazy?
Well, you know, I got a story.
You want to hear it? right. We all got some crazy, man.
I see Brother Stingley pled the fifth.
I got a story. So I go by my sister's house. My sister's not there, but my nieces are. Amaris and Parris. Parris had to be about maybe 9. So I come in the door, and Amaris always just so much respect because that's why she's my favorite niece. She comes in and she goes, "Hey, Uncle Keith. Hey, Uncle Keith. Hey." Parris walks by and she go, "Hey, crazy," and kept walking.
Yeah.
So now you can see Amaris going like, "Ooh,
right." Like, did she just say that?
So I called my sister and I said, "Hey, I was by the house and Parris called me crazy." And she said, first she was going like, I said, "So y'all call me crazy?" And she first reflect is always no.
It didn't come from me.
It didn't come from me. You always say no, right? So then she go, "Well, probably what happened was Amaris came in and said, Uncle Keith said something." And my sister said, "Well, you know he's crazy, right?" So Parris heard it.
So she latched on to it.
Yeah, she had no filter. She came by and she called me crazy.
That was your name. She
Yeah,
said, "What up, crazy?"
Hey, boy. Then I'm going like, "Oh, that's how you talk about me behind my back? Oh, okay." See, out of the mouths of babes. I remember somebody was telling me about this one, and I said something nice about it. They said, "Keith, if you knew how bad such and such talked about you behind your back, oh, she'd just be wearing you out." I said, "If she knew how bad I talked about her behind her back," right? Right. That great line from A Few Good Men. Can you leave the room so we can talk about you behind your back? So yeah, do you talk about people behind their backs?
I think everybody's got a measure of, the energy in them to snap,
to lose my mind,
and
up in here
depends on the circumstances.
Up in here.
I think
I ain't a killer, but don't push me.
So are you indirectly admitting that you're crazy?
No, it's not about. I don't think it's crazy. I think it's a survival instinct. If you gotta go there, you go there.
How could you not have moments of insanity in the world that we live in? I mean, how
that's what I'm talking about.
I mean, just listen to the story that Jermaine just told. You could be liable to go off with somebody tripping seriously. Like that.
And you got to add to the equation if you're having a bad day.
They almost made it.
It's all type of stuff that's happening throughout the day. Like you could, be dealing with situations, whatever, that your money is off, and then you run into somebody in traffic acting a fool, to which again you not thinking because you thinking about all type of other stuff, and then you say something or snap that caused you to be in a situation that you would have never been in if
these brothers almost made it.
Yeah, they did, but they didn't see they guesstimation meter is off. Yeah, bro, you supposed to know. And then depending on where they came from, it was
came down. So you was supposed
to go
that way.
But it's a gas station up there.
It took a village.
Up where? On
Green Bay.
Yeah.
Look at the dip. You came in wrong, pushing it up a hill, kind of like when you could have stayed that way and went over there.
Listen, man.
And that's a heavy car.
Yeah, that's a heavy car, man.
Was that old Lincoln?
Yeah, it's old Lincoln.
Yeah. Man.
Listen, man, your guesstimation meter. Once you hear that button come on, you know what I'm saying?
Flat tire.
And if you got a flat tire, you're on the wrong side to put the air in. You got to go on the other
First
side.
of all,
get some gas.
When the weather get cold, you supposed to know you gotta put air in the tire, man. Yeah. When the weather get cold, yeah.
Yeah, where they pushing the car to though?
I think he's pushing it straight.
Yeah, we're looking out the window.
Man, you pushing that thing in a Family Dollar.
This is community.
We don't have cable,
community
so
activities.
We look out the window.
You can't leave the car there because dude parked.
So I got a question. Why are we giving play-by-play? Play-by-play action.
Because one of y'all, I don't know if it was Keith or it was you. It was Bubbles.
Right. and now they bagging it up. You drove past.
It's a metaphor for life.
Right. You pushed yourself past.
You can get so close.
Now you go. Oh my God.
And everybody sees it.
Right. You push past the pump just to push yourself back to the pump.
Now they have the staff meeting.
we gotta reconvene.
Dude,
Let's take a break. We'll see how this ends up. You listen to Community Voices Free Flow Friday. Joined in the studio by Mr. Craig Stingley, Devon Jones, DJ the Protege, DJ Clark Kent, Mr. Devo, and of course, super producer
himself.
You better believe it, Bishop.
And another thing.
We're going to take a break and we're going to see how this ends up. Where y'all pushing it, man? We'll be right back. right, welcome back, Windside Hater Nation. Population
9. It's a whole lot more than that.
Yeah, well, yesterday, bro, called in, man, yesterday. All right. I know everybody's aware that Bam Adebayo dropped 83.
Mm-hmm.
So that puts him second
on
the list after Wilt Chamberlain. But because there are haters out there, the haters go, well, why did they let him pass Kobe? What? Why did they let him pass Kobe?
They only took one shot.
Man, me and Joseph got into a debate about this.
Is that right?
Yeah, he talking about, oh, it wasn't efficient and it was too many free throws. I'm like, hey, man, if you foul me and I make the free throws, that's your fault. You can't blame me for making my free throws. And then he said, oh, it wasn't efficient. He shot 46% from the field. That's pretty efficient.
And the last time I checked, and may he rest in peace, Kobe's dead.
Yeah, I can't go with you right there.
No,
man.
what I'm saying is,
I can't go with you right there.
No, I'm not. This ain't got nothing to do with Kobe. But man, I mean, if that's what
it's not like he's concerned about it.
Yeah.
Well, that's real.
Hey, y'all gonna have to pause it.
No,
You're gonna have to take a pause for the cause.
It's a tragedy, but it's like Will ain't gonna be concerned.
Will ain't gonna be concerned.
But Kobe,
he did.
Kobe wouldn't have been hating on Bam though.
Right.
Kobe wouldn't have been hating on Bam.
And if you don't want me to score 83,
right,
then stop me.
Right.
But playing devil's advocate.
He turned over a new leaf.
I can smell the sulfur.
Brimstone is burning.
I can smell a strike.
No, but you know how they did it. Kobe, how Kobe got his 81.
Wasn't that in the Garden?
No, that was in Toronto.
Yeah, Toronto. Yeah, it was in Toronto.
Okay, well, they're good.
And he did it against Jalen Rose, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How this one came
No, he did do it in LA.
Yeah, it
was
LA.
Against Toronto.
It was against Toronto.
Okay.
Yeah. I just think, man, shooting 36 free throws and nobody fouls out the game.
He didn't shoot 36. He made 36.
He shot 36 free throws.
No, he made 36. He shot 43 free throws.
You sure? Wow.
Yeah.
Either one.
Well, either way, it's crazy, and nobody fouls out the game.
Somebody had to foul out.
Nobody pull it up. Nobody fouled out. So that right there tells you. Hold on, man.
Do you know how many points Wilt would have scored had he been able to hit his free throws?
Probably like 200.
I asked Joseph and Joseph is his youngest nephew.
No.
I asked Joseph.
Yeah.
I said, "Do you think Giannis would make 36 free throws in the game?"
No.
He couldn't answer that question. He never answered that question.
But he did make 20 free throws in the game, though.
He kept saying, "Oh, it wasn't skillful. It wasn't." I said, "Dude, you moving the goalpost, man."
Wait. No. So when he said it wasn't skillful, so is he doing like an artistic?
Man, he hating. That's what he was doing. He was hating.
I think I kind of understand where he's
shooting free throws is skillful.
Wait,
man.
so are you upset that he broke? Are you upset that he broke Kobe's record?
I'm not upset. However, how he went about doing it is not. I mean, it don't sit well with me. I'm not upset, but it don't sit well that he shot that many free throws. And again, nobody fouls out the game. You shoot that many free throws, and on top of that, what he was saying, skillful, meaning how Kobe went and got it. Kobe went and got it from the mud.
How many free throws did Kobe hit when he dropped
that
81?
Part I don't know.
Okay.
I think 18.
Okay, so if it was 18,
what you mean got it from the mud?
He got it from the.
Bam did too.
Hold on. When I say got it from the mud, the majority of his points came from the free throw line.
No, they did not.
Well, if he shot 40-something, made 30-something, they did.
36 is not half of 83.
No, but but the majority of his. But you got to look.
No, the majority of his points came from the floor.
But I think if you make so, if you look at individual shots per shot,
you're
getting 2 points for
that
this
don't
shot.
matter.
Thank you.
No, but I'm just saying
that don't matter.
That's his point. That's the
point.
No, it don't.
But
that don't matter.
Because again, if he would have never made 30-something free throws, he wouldn't have 83 points. So again,
the point is to make the free throw.
You got to make the free throw.
I get it, but what I'm saying is,
what he's saying is, if you tabulate how many threes
that's a baseless argument.
And if you shooting a wide open shot, you standing at the free throw line shooting an uncontested shot.
So how many people miss wide open shots?
But But again,
did he pick to shoot the free throws, or was he fouled?
Take a breath,
and then
you had
he shot
to
relax.
Again, you're not being contested.
It don't matter.
You still got to hit the shot.
You still got to hit the shot.
Listen. And y'all have to realize, and I know you guys know, that it is possible that two things can be true at the same time.
Not in this case. You making an assumption? I agree with you. No, I'm not making an assumption. He did it. He hit the shot.
He did, but however, it was uncontested.
You could be how many
times?
In
comparison, what you need to ask is how many free throws did Kobe need in order to get?
It don't matter how many.
I'm just saying when you compare.
What's the free throws got to do with it?
No, because the free throws got something to do with it because it's a way to discredit his 83 points, and I'm saying that that's a non-argument
because will always be part of the debate.
Because
I get your point.
It can't be. You want to know why? Because he didn't choose free throws. He had to get fouled in order for him to shoot it.
Well,
so
no,
again,
check this out.
So no, wait.
They
so
played
again,
the game at the end.
Is it my fault that y'all fouling me?
They put the $3 in. They go. They're gonna end up right on touchdown.
You can't blame somebody for making free throws. That's crazy.
No, I'm not.
That's crazy because we blame Giannis for not making free throws.
Well, then if you gonna blame him for not making it,
I'm not. But why are people diminishing that accomplishment?
Because they haters.
Wait, hold on. It's not a It's not.
You is diminished.
I'm not.
Man, come
hold on.
Man.
But what I'm saying is, because Keith rub off on me sometimes. Playing devil's advocate.
Hey, George said you bump your head.
So what I'm saying is, again, if you're standing there, and these are NBA players. I get Giannis missed free throws. I get Shaq missed free throws. I get it. But what I'm saying is this guy, how Kobe got his 81, it wasn't standing at the free throw line shooting uncontested shots.
He did get 81 off of shooting a free throw. That's how he got his 81st point.
I mean, no, I'm not talking about 1 point. I'm talking about how many free throws did he shoot that game?
So it's
like
the
20
fact
something.
He got fouled. He hits his free throws and sound like, what did he shoot about? You said 46?
43.
43. And then how many free throws did he hit?
36.
36. So he's shooting about 80%.
Yeah.
Which you should. If it's a skill. And we know it's a skill because plenty players barely even shoot 70% from free throw. But it's a wide open shot.
Right.
Which gets me to another piece of hate. Thank you for that. Thank you. Anybody watch the Badger game yesterday?
They was balling too.
You watch the Badger game?
No, I missed it.
Okay, so now they were up by 18 at one point. The fact they barely won the game because he took 3. They end up taking their foot off the gas, and Washington didn't have anything to lose. Washington has a center who just happens to be white. I didn't know Blackwell was even in the game because they went on and on about this dude and his draft. He gonna be a lottery pick.
The big dude?
Yeah, and he gonna the white dude for Washington. And he and they and I didn't know they had this matrix. If you shoot at a certain percentage in terms of free throws, then they can work on you in terms of your overall shooting percentage and the whole thing. Blackwell had 34 points. He was killing them. But you wouldn't have known it.
Because they didn't talk about it.
And why weren't they talking about it? Because of the great white height. Yeah. Now, look, I'm serious, man.
That's real.
You know, I mean, and after a while, you trying to be like, come on, man, Keith, this is just you, man. You know, you one of these old school wannabe revolutionaries. But no, man, I'm sitting up and I'm listening like, oh, he's a double-double machine. That's another stat that I don't understand. To be a double-double, that means you can have 10 points and 10 rebounds.
That's pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
I think
Miles Turner average a double-double?
I don't know what he averages.
Hey.
I don't
No. The answer is no.
I'm gonna consider, but I don't
The
know.
answer is no.
Matter
of fact, remember a couple of weeks ago we were talking about Miles Turner and what's the dude with the fro?
Jericho.
Yeah, and Jared Allen.
Oh yeah, Jared Allen.
And Jared Allen
right.
put the works on Miles Turner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your point is what?
Jermaine was wrong, like he always is.
Okay, I can see that. Okay, I see your point.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
In the first quarter.
Just because he had
hold on, man.
Listen, just because he had a good game. He had a good game.
Who had a good game?
Against your guy.
Hold on. Now,
it seems
Dante,
that a lot of people have DiPozzo.
Dante, the white Michael Jordan had a good game.
Oh man.
No, but that's what they call him.
I know.
The white Michael
Strike
Jordan from
one,
Delaware.
man.
No, Keith.
That's what
Am I
you
lying?
call him.
Strike one.
No,
That
don't
is
pull
what they
it up.
call
In
him.
Delaware.
You
In Delaware.
I didn't call him. No,
Good for Delaware.
right. I get it, but again, he's not the white Michael Jordan.
we might expedite the
But that's what
process
they
and
call
just say
it.
your name gone, and we just gonna
But
call
what
you
I'm-
producer
but
for
what
the
I'm
remainder
saying-
of the program.
but pull
There's
it up.
only one Michael Jordan.
I
Michael
get it.
Jordan.
I get it. But
Michael
again,
Jeffrey Jordan.
listen, when he came into the league and they was drafting him, they had on the screen that this dude was called the white Michael Jordan from Delaware.
Well, that was a disappointment.
Now, yeah, of course. Just like Harold Miner, Baby Jordan, he was
You got one more
trash.
time, man.
trash. I'm just saying he was trash. So what I'm saying
but here's
is,
the general
Miner
point.
wasn't trash. He just wasn't. He just
wasn't
wasn't.
a baby
He
Michael
just
Jordan.
wasn't. But yeah, he just wasn't baby Michael Jordan. He
Yeah.
wasn't
No,
trash though.
Harold Miner didn't have a lot of skills. All Harold Miner could do was jump.
And that's
I got a
it.
chance to see him play in person.
Yeah,
He's at USC.
He was trash.
He and then he never really developed this game. That's the one thing that people never
one
give
time.
Jordan credit for, how Jordan really evolved his game
Yeah,
from when he
shoot,
left
because he
North
couldn't shoot at
Carolina,
first.
right?
Yeah.
Until
And
he
Kenny
got,
Smith said he really couldn't dribble like that.
right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah,
you
that
know
is
when
true.
you and that's the thing.
And he had to.
That's the thing about Michael
Yeah.
Jordan. People, they act like he was born Michael Jordan. You know,
No, he became
MJ. No, you become that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I get real frustrated, because they act as if black athletes do not put hard work in.
Excellent.
They don't
point.
put
Excellent
time in.
Yeah.
You know, it's all talent.
That's
Hone
one of
their
the credits
skills.
that I
That's
will
right.
give
That's
to
right.
LeBron. You know, he came into the league not being a jump shooter. Now
Yeah, yeah,
you would say that
yeah.
that's one of his strengths.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know,
Because
being able
his
to
whole
shoot.
thing was pass first. And
Mhm.
even though I watched,
Well, he was
play
just
in high-
athletic too.
No,
you
no,
know.
but in
And he
high
gets
school,
around.
it was like he was making all these other dudes. He got them all D1
Mhm.
scholarships.
Mm.
Because you know, and he when he got to Cleveland, it was like, dude, we paying you to shoot.
Yeah.
You know, and that's great. You can pass because he could pass.
I just hate haters, man. I hate haters. Cause how could you hate on that, man? I can't believe it.
Wait. How can you hate haters when you created the haters nation?
And you do hate from time to time.
Hey, we ain't talking about me.
You gotta act.
All right.
I hate haters who don't talk about being a hater.
We ain't talking about me, man.
About being a hater.
The stuff I'm talking about is with substance. You know, I'm talking about that other hate.
All my hate is substantive hate.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
In
I'm
the,
just
the hater hall of fame.
and people were just trying to diminish it. I don't care what you say. Dude dropped 83 points in
is
an
true.
NBA game.
Listen, man, I could
Yeah.
line people up against some sixth graders right now,
Mm.
and they still won't
Could
get
get
83
83.
points.
That's right. That's
The
right.
crazy thing was, though, they said that Asia,
Asia
has-
Wilson.
yeah, she has like 53. That's the most ever scored in the WNBA.
Well, he topped
Who
her,
is it?
so he got the bragging
Asia
rights
Wilson.
in the house
You know,
right now.
that's his girl.
He got the bragging rights in the house right now.
Yeah, but you remember the Reggie Miller story?
Mhm. He had like 40 something,
What did she drop that night?
like 111 or something like that.
Cheryl
Yeah.
Miller, she dropped 100.
Oh,
Yeah.
Reggie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I always thought she was the better Miller.
Hey.
Most people did.
Most
Hey.
people,
I
you know,
mean,
and then
Reggie would probably
He'll
say
tell you that.
yeah.
He'll tell you
yeah,
that.
but she was.
Yeah,
I mean,
until he beat her.
and then you know
he'll
how
tell you.
life is so crazy because she's playing in a pickup game with football players and ended up tearing up her knee, and it ended her career. Think about it. It wasn't even like a game. You know, no, man.
They trying to prove themselves against her.
Oh man, she. I think if women's, I have to say college, because she never had the chance to really play in the WNBA, play pro ball, but she's probably the greatest woman basketball player ever.
Good argument made
ever,
for that.
what she was able to do.
I mean, their whole team was
that
called.
USC team, man. With, you know, Cynthia Cooper.
Yeah, because Cynthia Cooper is
the twins
could be rated as probably
twins.
the greatest woman, you know, in WNBA.
Oh, and I loved her bedroom eyes. God, she got bedroom.
You know,
eyes.
Cynthia Cooper. You got Tamika Catchings. You got Cheryl Swoops. You know, I mean, the list goes on
Maya
and on.
Moore.
Maya Moore.
Yeah.
You know,
so she deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. Maya Moore.
They was calling her Kobe.
And wait a minute, she walked away at the height of her career.
They was calling her the female Kobe.
Yeah, I mean, and she was built for basketball. She had big hands, broad shoulders, long arms, you know, and she just had skills.
And obviously Candace Parker.
Oh, Candace.
You know.
So I got some hate.
Oh, okay.
And it is for the federal government, particularly the GOP, and specifically this person who is the director or the secretary of the Department of Defense, Hegseth.
Oh my God.
And apparently he done spent
billions.
That's a lot of money.
They say billions. So,
but
you know,
did they say in a month?
Yeah, in a month, bro.
Well, I mean, think about just in the whole period of time that he's been in that office that he could spend that much money is hard to believe.
But how
on lobster and crab, steak? This is what I'm talking about. So
Pianos,
when you really logically think through that,
flutes.
Like how though?
Oh, I guess you know you're gonna need the money for the war you're in right now, because part of it is they're gonna run out of money soon.
No,
so they're gonna have to
but
go
my
back
hate
to
is on the fact that they talk about how much waste there is.
Right.
When you go back to what they were talking about in Minneapolis, when you go to, you know, the fact that they were talking about giving people health care and, you know, all of this immigration nonsense, people being here. Anything that they had an argument on related to spending money, and they not looking at this cat and telling them you need to be impeached for what you did.
And they had just hated on the mayor of Baltimore.
Sure did.
For you know, excess of spending, you know.
Man, I'm saying if there's any truth to that, all of them need to be out.
But check this out, Elon Musk and this whole Doge thing.
Yeah. I thought Doge.
They put this thing, you know, together to try to find the waste and fraud, and it's right there next to them.
And
but then you stopping these people from SNAP benefits and insurance.
But even with Doge, they said that it only eliminated like maybe 1%.
Yeah.
So
they were key positions. That's it wasn't the quantitative part of it.
We talking about the dollars. We talking about the dollars
nonsense.
though. The dollars amount, because remember they just kept talking about dollars. They kept talking about the dollars.
I don't know if
as much of the budget they only took away maybe a penny.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I'm sorry, you know, when you saying, and I heard the number $98
$98
billion.
I heard
so I'm saying to myself, how can you spend $1 billion on food in a month?
In 1 month.
It wasn't that much. It wasn't 98 billion.
Well, that's the number that they put.
Yeah, it is.
How do you spend?
No, I thought it was 93.
Billion? Yeah, billion.
Even just less $1 billion. How do you spend $1 billion on food in a month? In this whole.
But it wasn't just food though.
It wasn't just food.
It wasn't just food. It was furniture, it was food, furniture, and then
machine,
a piano, an ice cream machine.
It was
chairs,
and then some like weapons and stuff too was up in there.
We actually bought something that the military could use.
Yeah. Oh, it was
that little thing.
It was a big pot of stuff.
Yeah, when you frame it around them spending it on food.
No, it was a lot on food.
Yeah, it was a lot on food.
Yeah,
lobster,
hundreds of millions.
Crab. It was
$150 million on lobster, and all. It's ridiculous to think.
But don't that sound like that you starving the people?
Why you eating lobster every day?
While these kings and queens are eating lavishly, but you're starving the people. You taking away health care. You taking away SNAP benefits.
Everything.
Like people can't even get candy and sugar on SNAP benefits in certain states.
Right.
Keith, you so
all of that. I mean, even this part with this chick, Christy Nome.
Oh my God!
And they were talking about her, putting an order in for a $200 and some odd million jet.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you justify
these people are
in the government? Period.
These people are stealing, and they not been held accountable for them. They stealing this money.
But it would go back to follow the leader, because he robbing them.
Embezzling.
He robbing us. He robbing them blind.
What was
him and his family?
Headset. Yeah, that's
sound like the Jesus days, man.
Anybody watch Saturday Night Live?
I ever saw it.
I do, but I haven't.
Okay, watch it, because Colin Jost does Pete Hegseth. He looks like him. He got him down. I mean, I watched the presser this morning, and like I was saying earlier,
93 billion.
These folks are not serious thinkers, and you got people in who don't have a sense of then how it runs. And let me. This is just a social critique. There are people out there who come from the perspective that we should run government like we run a business. And I'm saying no. They're two different things. Should government be efficient? Yes. Should government be accountable for what they spend? Yes. But when you start putting business model in where you're more concerned about the bottom line than the service that's offered.
So this is what some of the breakdowns is. The Pentagon spent $93.4 billion on grants and contracts in September of 2025 of last year, including $50.1 billion in only 5 days. All right. Wow. Some of the purchases was $15.1 million on ribeye steak, $6.9 million on lobster tails, and then another $225.6 million on furniture.
Who are you feeding, though? Who are you feeding with all of this?
I hope it's not the command staff.
That's a lot of cows.
A whole lot of cows.
And lobster
that's why
too.
The price of beef is so high.
And
why? Because they buying it all?
Now, I still can't, justify it.
No, it's no.
But if this is extrapolated out over a year,
how many?
Because they say a contract.
How many steaks are you eating?
Right. So it doesn't say that they're actually eating them now. But what he's saying is he probably purchased it, and he's going, they're going to keep it for the next 4 years. But that still don't make sense.
Or you can purchase it and then sell them.
But spent means spent.
Like we don't know what they doing.
That money
man.
came and gone.
Right, but then a contract.
Always get back to the hood.
Now
he's getting back to the hood.
So here,
gonna open up his coat.
So then it goes $1 million. Hold on. $1 million on salmon, $124,000 on ice cream machines.
$2 million on Alaskan.
So what are you doing?
26,000 on sushi preparation tables. Not even
cut it up.
Just the
that's just the table. That's to put the sushi on.
Do they have like a jet in that? Like somebody said, a lavish jet.
That was Christy Nome.
Yeah, that was Christy Nome.
Yeah.
That's included.
See, that's ridiculous.
And then
man.
she lied and said that they were going to use it to transport deportees. And they said, well, why do they need a bed in the plane? And see, she probably would have got away with it. But other things happened, like that disastrous testimony on Capitol Hill.
With that blanket,
and then the killing in Minnesota.
Well, the killing, they were cool with the killing.
Yeah.
I mean, and here's
but for you to come out and just be lying like that and you don't even know the facts, that blew my mind.
Lying like a
and the president echoed the same thing. Yeah. What he got upset about was when they talked about that 225 million, right? The commercial, and she said he knew.
Said he knew, and he was like,
"Oh,
okay, it's time for you to go."
Yeah, you gotta go because anytime you tell the truth on me,
I'm gonna deny it, and then it's
right,
her.
and then it was her.
Yeah.
So I'm going like you just sit up, and then you got to, and I hate to say what if and do that whole comparison piece, but there is no way that Barack Obama would have got away with 2% of this.
Not even close.
Not even 5%.
This is the dude they went after for wearing a tan suit.
Yeah.
I mean, so I'm
not
just, when you sit up and you watch this nonsense, and so let me get back and let me quote Barack Obama. Elections have consequences.
Yeah.
And so when people sit up and don't matter, oh man, you know.
And the Democrats would have been on that impeachment line too with Barack.
Of course.
You think, bro?
Yeah, absolutely.
Of
Particularly
course.
the Caucasian.
Come on now.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You're listening to Community
Caucasian
Voice.
ones, absolutely.
When we get back, we'll be inside the
Absolutely.
Protege's perspective. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Oh, well, I got the perspective. All right, go ahead, brother.
A hip hop icon asked a famous question over 20 years ago. Why? This one word question is the fundamental bridge that leads to more answers, more curiosity, but not necessarily more peace. The question why serves as an engine to build on a foundation already created or establishes a new one. The question why uncovers old answers while discovering new ones. This question, like many others, presents the turn of a page, not to end the chapter, but in continuance of it. So, in the book of questions, ask yourself this: why is it that so much love can be around you, yet you focus on hate? Why is it that so much positivity reside in the world, yet the dissemination of hate is great? If love covers hate, then why does hate have an audience that is twice as great? We often say, choose love, not hate. But when will hate ever be erased? Another question: why does love have to coexist with hate? Why does hate consume us as if we're eating a Thanksgiving Day plate? We can sufficiently support the love, yet there's no escaping hate. Why? Why can't we just turn the page on hate? No matter where you go or what you do, you have love and you have hate. We pose many questions, though some may be dumb. They all eventually lead us to the sum of our thoughts and feelings. So when you feel you are slipping in or focusing on hate, the answer could possibly lie in a simple question. Why?
I can tell you why. That's an answerable question.
Deep, bro.
If you have love, you have to have hate. But here's the thing. You can choose one or the other, but they both have to exist. Call. Hold on, let me do this. Let me drop this one. Caller, welcome to the program. do. No, I mean that's the laws of opposite. But then the one thing that we have is that mitigator is that you can choose love over hate. I mean, and so I think you ask why, and it probably has more to do with our universal existence. If there's an up, there has to be a down, right? That's why it drives me nuts when people send me something and they'll put up and they'll do A and there's no B.
Hey, this nigga talking about me.
No.
That's why I said it's two sides to everything. It's two sides to every coin.
Dude, you thought you slick, man.
Nobody throwing no shade. Nobody throwing no shots. Nobody throwing no shade at you. Let me show you. Hey. Nobody throwing shade. And the only dog that holler is the one that got Caller, welcome to the program, bro. No, man. Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning. You're on there.
Yeah, hello?
Yep, you're on there.
Yeah, can you hear me, brother?
Yeah, brother, we can hear you, man, but take us off speaker.
Your earlier comment, appreciate you.
Yeah, see?
We might have to call you. Might have to call us back.
Take us off speakers, man.
You want to get out the pool?
I'm off speaker. Yeah.
Get out the pool.
Right. Pull up Bethesda.
Oh, okay, that was nice.
Oh, this meat.
That was nice.
Doesn't sound like he was underwater, man.
Yeah, that was real nice.
Like your president's numbers.
Huh?
And everything else.
What'd you say?
We can barely hear you, meat.
I said you sound like he was underwater, like your president's poll numbers right now.
Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. He's your president as well.
That is true. He's still president. That is true.
Well, listen, there was a conversation going on earlier. I couldn't get to you. We were talking about how man has always tried to find his way to something different, as far as the experience and different highs and things. You're absolutely correct. because as little children, man just don't like the state God put him in. As little children, we get in the middle of our mother's living room. We put our arms out and we go round and round and round and round and round and round and round till we get chalk, sometimes throw up silly, and we lay on the ground and we laugh. We ask somebody to swing us around as little children now, because we don't like this. We like something greater than the state God has placed us in. Now here's another question. Ride out. When you was in that situation, that you say the guy pulled up on you because the ambulance was coming. And logically, you did the right. You did the right thing. Right. Now, was that a 2-lane highway or 4-lane highway, or has it been converted into a 1-lane highway?
Well, it was a 2-lane street. It was really on Fond du Lac and North. So you know that when you were at the stoplights on Fond du Lac and North, going. I was on Fond du Lac. Right. Yeah, right. So it was right over there.
You outside breaking up, man. We can't criticize you because we can't hear you.
Yeah, you is breaking up though.
Breaking up bad.
We won't be able to criticize you clearly if we can't hear you, man. All right, call back, man. Call back.
Yeah, he must be using a can and a string.
Unless he in like a basement or something.
That's what you call that.
A can and a string.
No, that's that wind out there, man.
No, when something happened, it ain't meant for you to talk.
Look at God.
Divine intervention.
It ain't meant for you to talk. That's what it is.
Interference.
It must be God. Look at
Look at God.
Thank you, Keith. God's good.
That's right.
Right. You say all the time. That's right.
That's right.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
Show you right.
That threw black people off like, oh, man, what you like? You know, we go, man, the poetry. DJ asked me a very interesting question in production meeting this morning. And it was, I'm using something from President Obama's eulogistic remarks at Jesse Jackson's funeral to really talk about the sermon Sunday. So if you get a chance, you got nothing else to do, 10 o'clock, Zion Hill Missionary Baptist Church, right there on the corner, 18th and Hampton. He asked, should we be able to separate the deeds from the man? Can we separate the deeds from the man? And I have this premise that if perfection was a prerequisite for service, no one would serve.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, and I think there was a speech he did where he said something talked about his shortcomings, but then he said, God uses us in spite of shortcomings. And I it's been a week. And I thought the dust had settled, and but there were questions, and I don't know if anybody watched any of the funeral on Friday. Could have been, but certainly on Friday, his daughter Ashley spoke.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody know about the story behind Ashley?
Mm-hmm.
He had a relationship.
My mom, because I was like, full transparency. She's an attractive woman.
Who?
Ashley. So I was like, man, his youngest
good-looking kids.
His youngest daughter. I was like, man, his youngest daughter is attractive. And then my mom was like, well, that's the daughter. And then I was like, wow, just because when all that went on, I was a kid myself. So it's like I heard about it, and I remember people making a big deal about it. But I'm not keeping up with the Jackson family and all of that stuff. So now that he has made his transition, everyone's adults, and people of the family will come forward and speak. And so I was just like, man, that's crazy, because I remember when that happened, and I was a little kid, and they just made a big deal about that.
Well, it was a big deal. I mean, he's high profile,
right?
You know, he's a minister. That was the thing that the FBI tried to use against Dr. King, but he was still a man, right? And she's coming out now. She waited a week, but she came out now and talked about how, one, they moved to California, right? Her mom is an academic. So, but here's the thing, and let me say this.
I mean, they did a whole special.
Let me do this, brothers. You know, people talk about you have a kid outside of wedlock. Okay, that ain't the issue. The issue is, are you taking care of that kid out of wedlock?
Right.
That's the issue. And we didn't. You know, you can say all of that, but it sounds like she was taken care of financially, because I mean, she graduated from Spelman with honors. You know, but Abby Phillips, good y'all. Abby Phillip, read her book, A Dream Deferred. It goes into, it talks a lot about Jesse Jackson. Now, look, it's some of those things, like, for example, our ambition. Our ambition drives us, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, it drives us, flaws and all. And a lot of times people, and I believe this, I believe people go into ministry, I believe people go into politics, sometimes because they're operating from a position of deficit. And if I can do this, it will more legitimize me.
Yeah.
And getting people to understand that it's not so much the things that you do that legitimizes you, it's how you do the things that you do, you know, that gives you legitimacy. And then,
we just nosy.
I don't think that now what and there's a couple articles that came up this morning where she's arguing that Jesse was still in love with her mom, and her mom was still in love with him, but they had to do the right thing in terms of, you know, not getting a divorce. Now, this is her thing. They said the family embraced them. But human relationships are complicated affairs. Families are complicated and convoluted. And this ideal that people have, I don't care what the family is. You know, what this guy told me many, many years ago, he said that many families are dysfunctional at least a third of the time, right? And so, I
mean, that's just human nature.
And then the other piece of it, truth be told, it wasn't like he didn't look out for his kids. You know, one of the reasons why Bojanovic went to jail was that the Jackson family was part of that whole thing, trying to buy Obama's Senate seat, right? When Obama was elected president, and then he had to be able to appoint, and they was talking about the money. You know, they talked about certain things where, I don't know if it was an auto dealership or something, where somebody in his family got one based on what they were. So, again, it's a complicated history.
They have a complicated relationship, just to Obama and Jackson.
Right.
You know, just, I mean, again, I was a kid when all of this happened, but I remember what Jesse said about Obama.
So,
and that became a big deal.
So is that because Jesse Jr., I believe, went to jail under the Obama administration? So
yeah, but
it's them before that.
Those are two different things.
And I was surprised that they even invited the Bidens, because they wanted Biden to pardon Jesse Jr. And he didn't, but he pardoned his son, and so there were some people there. But look, it was some things.
So if you remember when former President Obama ran, Jesse was caught on a hot mic. Saying, you know, I want to, you know what I'm saying? And so that sparked
but you got to understand the backstory of that, because the backstory was in '88, when Clinton ran, the campaigns gave him staff, gave him access to a plane. The Obama people wouldn't. So they were thinking, and then I think that there was a certain level of envy that Obama was able to do what he wasn't able to do. You know, and so it was all those things, you know,
But
like
then
Al
you remember,
Sharpton.
but then you remember at his speech, Jesse was right there, front and center, crying. You know, like it's just
Because
it's just all of this.
Some things are even bigger than me, and if you're gonna be that small in one of the biggest moments in the diaspora for descendants of enslaved Africans, you know, I mean, you really gonna be a hater.
No, I was just saying, like, it's just a mix up of emotions and stuff when it comes to that relationship.
Behind the scenes in politics, behind the scenes in religion, behind the scenes in entertainment, everybody don't like everybody.
Oh, and it's true.
And so you learn how to put a good face on it.
Yeah.
You know, but then you and especially if you know the backstory, you kind of going like, there were issues that Al Sharpton had with Jesse Jackson and Jesse Jackson had with Al Sharpton. You know, I kept thinking, like, you had Bill Clinton here. Didn't we have that whole Sister Soldier moment?
Yeah.
Right? When Bill Clinton was running. You know, so I mean, like I say, it's complicated. Now, people say, look, you got to go beyond that, you know, and go. But the thing, I guess I really admire her on a lot of different levels, but I admire about Michelle Obama is, hey, I don't have to grin anymore.
Right.
Because
she ain't showing up to everything.
I mean, we got to get to the place where we stop airing what would be considered dirty laundry.
But most people don't. And like I said, most people do not know what goes on. If you privy in that room, that's why I'm mad at Cat Williams. You didn't go to the authorities. No, you put dude on blast.
Yeah,
but you was there. And I, you know, so my thing is, yeah, we see things. Oh, I give you Eddie Long. Eddie Long traveling with all the great evangelists. They see him bringing those boys in there. You think they said anything? No, because they had their thing.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So so what you see in public sometimes is not what's going on in private, right? Because they be, because again, they're human beings and we bring our stuff. I mean,
Everybody
and hopefully,
with a
you know,
pass.
I used to joke about one of my clergy colleagues. I said, you know, preachers got to be saved too.
Yeah.
You know, because you can be out on some things. You start believing the hype. People tell you how great you are until you fall.
Yeah.
And when you fall, you by yourself.
You ain't that cute once your crush tell you, oh, boy, I don't want you.
Oh man, so yeah, I mean,
I got this thought that I remember this thing I shared with y'all recently about
Hosanna.
We got to be better than that. And so as that thought came to me, this is something I wrote, and it fits in where we're talking about. It says we cannot allow our personal perspectives to spill out into the public discourse in the form of personal attacks in a disrespectful way towards one of our national representatives, i.e. Jasmine Crockett, in a manner that presents this type of behavior as the epitome of a complicitous, self-inflicted wound. Quite frankly, we got to be better than that.
Okay, we're gonna talk about. I'm glad you did that. Wow. I'm gonna have a Clarice Avant moment here on why Jasmine Crockett lost that race. Caller, I see you. I'm gonna grab you right after the break. You listen to Community Voice. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to Community Voice. Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning, you're on there.
Yes, the first thing I want to say is happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
You know, I think it's so funny when I hear people talk about people born out of wedlock, because majority of this world was born out of sin, lust, and pleasure. Let's keep it 100. If it wasn't for sex, church wouldn't have a congregation. And if the man standing at the pew or the pulpit and said, "All you bastards, get out," probably only have about 3 people in the church.
And you can't run no church off 3 people.
And then we have to understand, if the people really want to be honest, Adam and Eve was not married. But I'd like to ask you a question, Mr. Parris.
Okay.
Now, if Jesus wore flip-flops, a shirt with no underwear, and he was around prostitutes, is it a chance he could have many kids out there?
I can't answer that question, Al. I can't.
What about from? Okay, well, how about this? You being a man, and you have this woman, turkey breast, little waist, big thighs, and have a scent. You don't think you tap that?
Hey, Al, my wife is listening, man.
All right. Have a great weekend.
All right, man, you too.
Yeah, that's when you put up the church finger and walk out.
You see Clark?
Yeah,
he's not
put the
out of
church finger
here.
and walked out.
Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning. Good morning, you're on there.
Good morning, DJ. Excellent perspective today. Shouts out to Anthony Hamilton for his vocals on that one.
Oh, that's who that star was.
Appreciate it. No.
Tried to make it my way, but got sent on up the highway.
Yeah.
If you score 83 points playing a video game tonight, you have a right to call people and talk about it.
Right.
Right.
83 is 83,
Right.
but it is definitely not the NBA record, that 100 that Wilt Chamberlain scored, which I heard a gentleman, there's a recording of a man who played against Wilt that night, and he said the exact same thing that people are saying about Bam, that in the fourth quarter, the referees actually got to the point where if you breathed on Wilt, he was going to the free throw line. And so, no, there's no footage of that, but
right.
It's still the record. And so I think it's more so people being emotional about Kobe not being here. And that is one of his claim to fame, one of those things where we can say nobody else did this but him. And we could see him probably, if he really put the pedal to the metal, he probably could have scored 100 points. Now, however, I won't be surprised if at some point Giannis scores 90 or the Joker or Luka because of the lack of defense that is just played overall in the NBA.
Yeah.
It's a different game, and
the three-point
you can't
shot.
compare errors. I talked to somebody recently and said if in the playoffs you had to play rules like pre-ABA merger for, let's say, 50% of the quarters in the conference finals and in the finals, and that would have had to start 40 years ago just for the sake of all the records. When the three-point line came in, had they said, we're going to continue these rules for half of the, conference finals and the finals so that we can keep the records, that have been, respected records that have already been achieved. Because what would Steph Curry have as far as rings if you couldn't count the three-pointers that he and Clay made late in games, in the Eastern Conference Finals, say against the Clippers, or maybe James Harden would have made it to the finals if he's not out there shooting as many three-pointers because he's not allowed.
LeBron just passed Kareem for most field goals made, and he made plenty threes. So just imagine if he didn't make those threes, he's probably still be chasing Kareem with most field goals made.
And points.
And he's at year 23. So it took him 23 years just to
It took Kareem 40.
At the same time, we would be allowing players to play tougher defense for half of those playoff games. You got guys, you would have guys being able
maybe Thanasis, you can put him in the game and have him be, and I'll say this tongue in cheek, a poor man's Dennis Rodman based on his effort, you know, where he can, you know, push on people, put his elbow on people. What would that look like? And then we will be able to compare people who didn't play against each other. So I think the comparison to you guys' point about hate and love, somebody really smart said comparison is the enemy of happiness. And so there's only been 5,000 guys who ever set foot on the floor, including Joe Wolf and Tony Smith. And, you know, a lot of times I call and hate on them. You know, everybody has a little bit of hate. You know, I personally saw a lot of guys around here in our city who I think were much better than me. You know, but, you know, there's only been 5,000 who played in the NBA. So if we really appreciate the fact that millions of people play this game all over the earth, I mean, they're all GOATs. And it's the only sport, if you think about it, you never hear anybody having a Wayne Crosby or like on ESPN every day. They don't have the Wayne Gretzky, Max Crosby debate. But they're always pitting black men against each other.
I think
every once in a while, Brady and Aaron Rodgers.
I'm gonna disagree. I think in hockey they do those comparisons.
I'm saying you don't see it in the media as much as this LeBron Jordan thing is everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, but I think that it first of all, I'm just tripping on the dude scored 83 points. I don't care how he did it. Most of us have never scored 83 points in our whole career. You know, I mean, so when you just sit up and think, and he's playing against pros, you know, so the hate that got me was like,
I never had 83 on 2K or NBA Live.
See,
so what was the most that you ever scored
in the game? 30. But that was in grade school though. In high school, it was 29.
Kobe's accomplishment or Bam's or anybody that scored 60 or 50. I mean, those are
because people are kind of, you know, I mean, Kobe doing 81 and people are like, oh man, dude dropped 81. But it really depends.
And he didn't get no hate.
Yeah, but that's because
sure he got some.
But you know, we're talking about at the highest level of basketball.
Yeah.
Period.
And then people talk about who they play. Dude, whenever you score 70, 60 points, it's usually against a bad team.
Okay.
You know,
Toronto wasn't a great team that year. I don't know. Did they make the playoffs?
I don't think so. You don't score 70 points against great teams.
Well,
you know?
Well, there's no defense in the NBA anyway.
70, but didn't
Jordan had 66.
He had 60 against the Celtics, and they ended up winning the championship that year.
That was one time.
And they tell him, you can't beat us by yourself.
Right.
And he still lost. Right. Yeah, and he still lost.
But that to me, that makes the point of, you know, the accomplishment of 50 points is a major.
But you know what? But I'm
40.
I'm agree. Yeah. But I'm gonna say this, and what the caller is saying. The game, in some ways, though, you see more 50-point games now.
Well, with the 3-pointer,
with the 3-pointer, you see more 50-point games. You know, so I don't know if that diminishes because it's still 50 points. But I don't know if that diminishes what you're doing because the game changes, right? I mean, you know, so
it's two dudes. And this is when I was growing up. It's two dudes that scored 50 that I even was taken back. And this was way before. Like I said, this is when I was younger. Corey Brewer had 50 one time. And I was like, Corey Brewer. And then Mo Williams had 50 one time. And I was like, Mo Williams?
But you still have to consider, you're talking about pro.
But these are, right, I was just about to say that. These are pros and anybody can be hot.
Yep, I'm one.
You know, anybody can have a game. You know, it's, you know, as many times people wore out Chris Middleton, he had a lot of games where he was just on fire.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And you could take number 20, currently playing for the Bucks, take him to any rec league, he'll drop 150. He's a pro.
No, sir. No, sir. That's why I mentioned Joe Wolf and Tony Smith. Tony Smith.
Did I hear
there was some playgrounds where Tony Smith wasn't the first guy picked.
I ain't gonna lie. Here. I played against Tony Smith when I was in my 20s.
That was probably some hate.
No. I'm gonna be for real.
I
played against Tony Smith when I was in my 20s, and Tony Smith, and he was strictly shooting, just a shoot. couldn't nobody hold Tony Smith.
Right.
That's why
Couldn't nobody hold, and he was
Harris.
probably like 43, 40. You know, he was like in his mid 40s at that time.
Him, you kind of go like, that's just some hate. And I know Dooney from around the way is good on the playground. Right. This dude played in the NBA, man.
Yeah. Right. He however did have some guys who just played overseas or wherever, but were excellent players in their own right. And sometimes the NBA misses out on guys like that because
Rodney
of
Buford.
the professional aspect.
Playing against
I was gonna
Rodney
bring him up
Buford,
too.
You know, people be like, "Oh man, he can't play." Man, seeing this man on the court playing in the rec game would kill everybody in the gym.
But he had a solid
NBA
NBA career,
and I agree. But some people be like, "Oh, he wasn't," and I'm like, "Bro,
because they haters,
like,
right?"
He's a really good ball player.
He was
a really good ball
awesome,
player.
Man. He can shoot.
And I'm just saying. Here's the other thing.
He played with Iverson.
Not as good as Daryl Banks or Larry Hamilton.
Daryl Banks couldn't shoot.
Silas Mills,
may he rest in peace. He couldn't.
Silas Mills was the truth, but he didn't make it to the league.
Calvin Rayford didn't make it to the league. Are we saying that John Vaughn is better than
many? I mean, the brother made the point of how many millions of people play this game.
Well, I never saw
and there've been great players throughout the history of this game.
Hey, Craig.
Right?
Earl Manigault is a great example.
Right. Playground legends who you never
heard. And let me say this, and no disrespect to Milwaukee, it ain't New York.
Well, that's true.
And what I'm saying is that even you could be the best player in Milwaukee and go to New York and just be a good player.
Yeah.
Because you're playing against so many people there. So when people come out, and here's the other thing.
I mean, but we do have Latrell Sprewell.
Oh, yeah.
And
Terry Porter.
I can show you a pickup game online where Latrell got lost with Brian Gardner and Trevor Powell.
And these are guys that didn't even get a chance to make it to the league.
Yep.
But there is a scripture.
We're NBA level players, and there are a lot of them like Earl Manigault who don't make it.
In high places. It's your character that keeps you there. There's a difference.
Professionalism. Yes,
you got to show up on time. Yeah. You got to do.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the basketball part of it.
But it ain't. It's more than the basketball part.
Mike Wilkes.
You know, Mike Wilkes is a great example.
Mike Wilkes.
You know,
Jose.
like the point
guard Jose was killing in school and then for Colorado. Then when he went to Colorado.
Well, you know, but you're talking about professional sports, and at professional level, it's about the money,
and
right?
And
so
numbers.
The owners, the teams, they gotta have. I mean, you got to be reliable. Right. You got to be good to stay up there, because the fans ain't gonna pay when you ain't there. You know, ain't showing
up, and then now we have to let this be part of the conversation too. Sometimes there are narratives that are created about players that are in the league that get them put out of the league. And Tony Smith was a great character guy and a really good basketball player, but there were just a lot of players who were better than Tony Smith.
Marcus Johnson. But then you had Marcus Johnson, who in my mind should be in the Hall of Fame. But when he got to the pros, he had some issues. And it impacts your game. It impacts the perception. I'm gonna tell you why I'm no longer a Pat Riley fan. And he wore Armani suits. And he looked good in the Armani suits.
They just honored that boy too, right away.
Paul Silas coached with him. He put the word out in the league because Paul Silas said, "I'm not going to be here till 2:00 in the morning looking at film like you." He put out in the league that Paul Silas was lazy.
Yeah.
And so people wouldn't hire him as a coach based on what Pat Riley said about him. And Paul
I never
Silas
was a fan of Pat Riley.
And Paul Silas was a good coach.
Did he pass away?
Paul Silas did,
yeah. Because didn't he coach LeBron
his rookie year?
I mean,
I always thought
he was a
Paul
great
Silas
coach.
never got
but once
a
they
good
put
shape.
The word out on you, you know, it's hard to overcome. You just have, like Kareem. Kareem could never get a coaching job. And you can't make me believe that Kareem would have been a great coach because of the narrative. As good as Kareem was, he was solemn and he was withdrawn.
It's just like they said, Monique is difficult to deal with. When you black and they put a stigma on you or whatever, it's a wrap.
You know, the point the brother made about Tony Smith, though, I'd say this is that
Appreciate you.
At the professional
Appreciate
level,
you, man.
At the professional level, once you have your stars, then everybody else is a role player.
Yep.
And Tony Smith was a good role player. He was intelligent.
Except
he knew how to play the game
role.
as a team.
Yeah, you got to accept your role.
Lindsey Hunter, who was supposed to be the next Isaiah Thomas, that never panned out. when he went from Detroit to LA, he was complaining because he wasn't starting. Is Kobe there?
He was better than Derek Fisher.
But he said Derek Fisher was already there.
Right, but it was a role. He had to. It was a certain role that he
your role.
And the point guard in the triangle offense, you know, is just a setup guy. You know, is a role player. Right. You know what I mean?
And being able to hit that open shot. Call him up to the program.
Yeah.
Good morning. You're on there.
Come into the game and not hurt.
Hey, what's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
All right, yourself,
brother.
Hey, what's up, my brother?
It's all good, but take us off speaker, man, because we want to hear you.
I'm in the car.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm in the car. Sorry about that, guys. But I can't let him keep getting away with that. That stuff ain't funny. I don't know if when he talks that stuff about Jesus, I'm kind of with Meach when it comes to that, man. And I'm gonna have to start turning on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start turning the radio down when Al come on, man. That stuff ain't funny to me, man. Jesus said we're under. I know that ain't. Jesus said that because they cast lots over it, Al. So I don't know what Bible you read. And I would assume since Adam and Eve were the first, that was his wife and that was her husband. Dude, I don't know what somebody did to you, but man, you got some issues, my brother. And as far as that hate for that they spewing for, what's that? Anabino, I'm saying his name wrong.
Yeah. Bam.
Man, he deserves that, man. It don't make no difference how he got him. He got the points. He should be rewarded for that. And he needs, man. He ate the Bucks up last night, man. I'm like looking at the Bucks. I told you DJ last week, man. I thought they had a chance. They done. They are done. But I really just called in to take up for my Jesus. That's all I really
4 letters.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that, George. You know what? Another piece of my hate is, you know, people act like I don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's my hate. You know, I done told you about the Bucks. I done told you about Magic City. I done told you about 10 other things. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be acting like I don't know what I'm talking about.
Hey, DJ, you was right? Because they canceled it.
Yeah, they canceled that. As they should.
And why did they cancel it? Because a white player complained.
No, it was a number of people complained.
Yes,
a number of people complained.
But the one that they cited was Mr. Cornett.
They heard WNOV.
All right,
at
have a good weekend.
They heard DJ.
There you go.
Yeah.
They heard DJ. Yeah. Call him up to the
program. If the Protege said it must be something wrong with this.
What's up, caller?
Good morning, you're on there.
How y'all doing?
Good morning.
And another thing.
Hey DJ, you probably can relate to this, man. Hey, I've been on courtside with basketball and I've been on the ground with football and NFL pros and all that. Them balls be whizzing so fast, man. You gotta be intelligent and a straight up athlete.
Yeah.
People who be announcing ain't never played the game, it is a lot of work and that ball it will hit you in the head.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, peace.
Yeah.
Right. Somebody was talking about they were comparing the Admirals to the Blackhawks. And they said the speed of the game. No. They said the speed of the game
is way
at the NHL level as opposed to the AHL level is night and day. Like I was looking at it was a Canada and America, the women playing. The speed that I'd never seen women, but they're the best teams in the world.
Yeah. I mean, just look at the progression from grade school to high school.
That's right.
You know, from high school to college, and then from college to the pros.
That's the whole focus of Gladwell's book.
Outliers. Yeah. I mean, it's the work that you put in.
Yeah.
But you know, I had to learn this the hard way.
And then
Soup Williams.
How society
Sam
Williams
rewards those.
And I just saw him a couple of months ago
to the
over
next
here
level.
at Perkins.
You did.
And yeah, we were talking, and I said, I remember, man, I was a little hot shot. So we playing up at Columbia. He just came over to play, you know, just. And I thought, so man, and I don't even know because I don't really have a crossover, but I thought I crossed over him. That dude blocked my shot so hard, like he put a dent in the ground. After that, I had mad respect because I'm going, this dude is a pro.
Yeah.
I am not a pro. You know, and then we get like all the dudes in the neighborhood. You know, remember they did the whole thing on And One? And everybody's talking about how good these dudes were. And the pros were going like, these dudes wouldn't play. They don't know how to take care of their bodies. You know, they smoked up.
Now, Rayford Austin,
he's the only one.
Austin kind of changed the narrative of that because
he's the only one.
But he played.
He was outlier.
Well, and he went to college. Some of these guys that was playing
outlier.
They didn't go to college. They was just hooping. So when he came into the league, he actually really had to prove himself. He was on the proving.
I mean, everybody got to prove.
That's the difference.
But he started off with the Bucks.
Not everybody. I give you some numbers.
Excuse me, y'all. Can I give y'all? I want to give y'all some. Me and my cousin, and we used to have a bet. This one player, he always scored 40 or 50 points every game, and we would go down the number. He's gonna score 48. He might score 50, and that person was George Gervin. We would look in the paper see how much he scored every game, and whoever got if you close to the number, you get the money, or like that. But yeah, George Gervin was one that I used to always watch.
And what I didn't know, and that's why I just love. I mean, some part I love that is like podcasting, and everybody got a platform. Other parts I don't like, but George Gervin was interviewed by Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, and he said that his mentor was Dr. J. He said he learned from Dr. J.
Oh, he was the ABA. Yeah.
And I was like, dang, of course you gonna be cold if Dr. J is your mentor. You know what I'm saying?
That's
you can't do nothing but to be cold.
Scoring championships back then.
If you had Prime, watch Soul Power.
Okay.
It talks about the ABA, and there were things like Connie Hawkins.
Yeah.
Connie Hawkins.
He talked about Connie Hawkins
at
too.
Iowa with Don Nelson. May he rest in peace. And he got blackballed.
Right.
But before there was Julius Erving, it was Connie Hawkins. It was the Hawk.
Yeah, they talked about him.
Yeah. So I mean, that people can get out and do it. But now with an 82 game. I don't think Wilt could have averaged 50 points a game, which is a record, right? If he played in today's NBA. It's more games. The travel is different. So
the gameplay
the way you play, right?
Threes now.
You mentioned George Gervin, and I just recall seeing him and David Thompson battle for that scoring championship back in the day. George McGinnis is up there,
and you know what hurt? Talk about your character, and that's not a character issue, but the issue with David Thompson was drugs. I remember Fred Mad Dog Carter told me, he said, Keith, I'm gonna tell you, David Thompson's like one of the greatest talents ever to come in the NBA. He said, man, but he liked getting high.
Hey, this just goes to show how good David Thompson was. He introduced Michael Jordan to the Hall of Fame. He was
he was the dude. And
David
think about
Thompson
it. When he played at North Carolina State, you couldn't dunk. That's where the alley-oop came from. You couldn't dunk. Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning, you on air. Good morning, you on air.
I'm sorry. Uncle Keith, I just wanted to know your comments on Bam.
Like I said, man, he dropped 83. I respect it. I appreciate it.
Is it efficient?
I don't care if it's efficient or not.
Yes, it's efficient. He shot 46%.
46 free throws, right?
That's he shot 46%, man.
It's not efficient, man. No, it's not.
46 points off free throws alone.
He didn't. It was 36.
It's historic, though. Nobody can argue that.
No, that ain't Fred. This is Joe.
Joseph.
My nephew?
Your nephew, brother.
Yeah.
How'd you get the number, man?
It's on the back of a milk carton.
Yeah, he's spying. He's spying on us.
So Joseph, you had a problem with how it's done, what it looked like, or the fact that it was done?
This is what I said, right? Obviously, okay, let's be real. I have a fact that it was done because that's Kobe record because he just died. And then secondly, right, he could have got 92 points off free throws. He just died. That was
6 years ago.
That's just died to me. Okay, and then 92 points off free throws. That's not efficient. Then
that's
it looked like football, man, out there.
Can Giannis make 36 free throws?
Look, you're trying to interrupt me because I'm about to cook you now. Come on now.
You got 1 minute to cook.
It was no skill set, right? We all watched that game. He's a linebacker just running down. running down. It's no post work. It's nothing. It's not. He got it, but it's not efficient.
It don't matter
He
how
had
it looks,
mostly
Joe.
jump shots.
It don't matter how it looks. It's matter does the ball go in the hoop
for three.
Get it how
He's not even a 3-point shooter, but that don't matter.
Exactly. And how much points did he score the next game?
20.
Yeah, exactly. There you go, Bam.
20 is a lot of points.
Hey.
Get it how
There
you
go,
What do you
Bam.
mean?
Hey.
Dude,
That's what he averaged, 20.
46 free throws, 92 points. That's not even basketball. What are we even watching?
Your math
What
ain't
are we
mathing,
even
man.
watching? What are you talking about? That's almost 90 points.
So are you making the argument that Kobe had a more stylistic 81 points than Bam Adebayo?
I mean, I don't even think that's an argument. That's not even an argument.
All right, man.
I think we all know that, right? Are you saying?
We're saying that we got to go, Joe.
Yeah,
It's the end of the
I know you
program.
got to go, DJ.
It's the end of the
No,
program.
we ain't running from you.
Yeah. It's,
No, I'm a problem.
you just chose to go at the end of the program.
No, the show is really beautiful. I really
Appreciate you, man. And good hearing your voice, man.
I know, man. I'm very proud of y'all, man. I was watching the whole time. It was a good show.
Okay. All right. Let me thank Clark. We went. Don't forget the mixer tonight at 1985.
85.
Right.
Summer 85.
1985, right?
Summer 85.
Summer 85? I don't know.
I was
Summer
17. Let me thank DJ Craig.
you.
Always good seeing you, man.
Let's do better in the honor of our ancestors.
Yes, sir. And of course, super duper.
Bishop. God bless you.
Good Lord willing, Creek don't rise. Hope to talk to everybody tomorrow. And as always, go from this place and no, not tomorrow. Monday. Go from this place in peace.
Yourself tomorrow.